I always liked in lore narrators. The perspective of someone that lives in the world gives a level of credibility to the project. That is why I present to you guys the Traveling Merchant. He will travel around the Humanum and tell what he sees. Oh, he's also the little guy in the corner, by the way. Actually, he was supposed to be the postman, but over time the idea of a merchant just sounded better than a guy that just delivers letters. And also, the postman was just boring. Nothing about him looked interesting outside the hat, which still isn't very nice. For the design, I pulled a few references of merchants and this redesign I had for the postman. One of the main problems I had with the original postman design was the hat. It looked pretty nice, but the cloth was just boring. It felt like a cheap excuse to not do something nice for the face. So in this version of him, I decided to give him a sort of long pointy nose. I think it is a very recognizable feature and overall I think it looks good. I also had a problem with the clothing in the original design. I know he was supposed to look very simple, but the clothing just didn't tell anything about the character, not even that he was a postman, which was supposed to be the main point. So in this design, I looked pretty heavily at this reference of a merchant, which I think looks really nice. The orange with the blue looks very appealing to me, and I threw in some other elements from like medieval puffy pants. The wagon wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I looked at this reference and then just kind of thought about what would he sell. Mainly cloths and medicine, but also maybe some gems and maybe even potions. One thing I have not decided yet is the mount that will carry the wagon. I didn't want it to be a horse because I thought that would be too simple. I feel like I need something that doesn't necessarily need to be unique in the world, just unique to us. It can just be a regular beast of burden in the world. So yeah, that is the merchant. Oh, also, if you think I'm going to change the little poorly made PNG on the bottom, no. At least not for now. Give me some time, okay? Eventually I'll get to it, but now I just don't feel like it. But anyway, I'll try to draw some more characters in the future. I have one planned already, probably gonna be the next video. But until then, take care.